Okay. We're going. It's going, babe.
Oh, these people are commenting. All right. Let me just check. Yep. We're now live streaming. I can see us.
Now live.
Hi,
Hello, everybody. Firstly, apologies for the late start. We had a few technical difficulties, but nevertheless, we are here now. So, firstly, thank you so much for your time this evening. Over the next 30 minutes, myself, Lizzy, and the beautiful Katie here are going to take you through why we said yes to doing this incredible business and some of the things that we get asked the most about why you might want to consider doing a business like this. So firstly, I'm Lizzy. I am a platinum leader with Young Living. Quick little background for you. A year ago, I was still in corporate. I was working in Barangaroo in the city of Sydney. Barangaroo is like the business hub. I was incredibly stressed. I was living a life I didn't really want to be living. And then I said a full yes to the amazing Young Living business. I have now moved to the Gold Coast, which is where I've been wanting to live for over 10 years. And I live a life of financial freedom, location freedom, time freedom. And I have an incredible community that I call my best friends that I also get to do business with. So life is pretty freaking awesome since I said yes. Katie, do you want to give yourself a little bit of an introduction?
Yeah, and guys, just to say how freaking random and cool it is when you meet people in this oily bees, Lizzy and I actually met at Bondi Fitness first, literally. Like, we're not like friends from school or like our parents are friends. We literally randomly met at a gym because we happened to have a mutual friend that was a personal trainer. Like, what the heck? And Lizzy would go around the gym with all these oils and just having fun and being her little rainbow unicorn self that she is, and invited me to basically like a little oil party. And that was it. That was like 5 years ago. And now we're here on a live call telling you about how awesome this business is. And that's the kind of cool stuff that happens. But that workshop that she invited me to basically changed my whole life. I was obsessed with oils. I ditched all my cleaning products and everything in like one day. I was a full extremist, threw everything in the bin, fell in love with the low tox life, and thus started the business maybe like seriously like a couple of years ago. And Lizzy and I have just basically been building this Thrive Tribe community together. I've had a baby since, get to enjoy the whole oily, low tox experience with a baby. It's life-changing. It's also given me time freedom with my family. I get to be at home with my husband. Our dream is to like travel the world with our baby, homeschooling, all these types of things. And it's just given me a completely like open mind to what is possible for our family. And we literally have all of Young Living to thank for that. So yeah, it's exciting.
It is so incredible, isn't it, Katie? And you know, initially I came to these oils and the amazing Young Living products 10 years ago just for my health and wellness. I was on a lot of medication at the time. I now live 100% medication free. Then, in all of my corporate stress and being really passionate about health and wellness, jumped full on into the business a year ago. Katie fully jumped in with me, and now I don't have a corporate salary anymore. I get my money from Young Living instead of my corporate world, and Katie can stay at home with her bub, working from literally everywhere, anywhere, as long as we have our phone.
Yep.
So, firstly, Katie, did you want to give everyone a little bit of the quick synopsis of network marketing? And let's just quickly hit a couple of those nails on the head of a couple of resistance points that people have when they come to a business like this, because Young Living is quite different.
Yes. Well, let's just debunk some of the myths about network marketing. I feel like there can be some stigmas around them or wrong misconceptions, or whenever I get asked, and can be often, is that a pyramid scheme? And to be honest, I feel like saying, oh, I'm really sorry, you must have had a really bad experience with either network marketing or you've heard something that actually isn't true. Network marketing is actually a business model. It's not a pyramid scheme. A pyramid scheme is illegal, and it was used for the transferring of money. There was no commodity. There was no exchange of products for cash. Network marketing is basically just a community of people that are sharing products rather than you going to the store and buying it over the counter. There's no difference. I think there can be this misconception that there's something dodgy going on, or it's to build the person at the top. Let me just put it out there. Network marketing is so equal. It is incredible. Everybody has the exact same chance to build their business to whatever they want it to be. You run your own lane, regardless of any of these up or down business or any of these myths. You basically build a community and you take with you everyone that's keen. Everyone's going to succeed because we do it together. You actually can't build a business like this unless you care about people. You actually can't. It's impossible, because the way that the structure happens is actually about supporting people, supporting people. It's beautiful. Now, one of the other misconceptions is that you have to store and ship all your own stock and product. Heck no. I reckon that's one of the most stressful things about launching your own business, is that you've not only got to get a massive bank loan, but you've actually got to either hire a warehouse or a storage space to store your stock, whether that's wheels or clothes or shoes or whatever it is, depending on the size of the product that you're selling, will depend on the size of the place you have to store it. Guys, we don't have to do any of that. Young Living actually pays staff to not only organize and manage their inventory, but they actually wrap it and ship it. And if anything breaks or anything goes wrong, Young Living literally will replace it and deal with all of those problems. That is like a massive weight off our shoulder for a business owner, firstly. And as well, you basically have a call line and they all organize all of those extra things as well. If your package doesn't arrive, they'll give you the postcode number, all of that stuff.
I love this topic, and I just want to address, so I've been to uni, I have a degree, I was in corporate for 8 years. I know I have a business degree, so I know all about business, and I chose to leave that because I see the potential for this model when it's done right. When a company does network marketing right, and Young Living do, when a company is built on products that are of integrity, that actually work, and I've been using these products for 10 years, I'd literally be a crazy person if I was using something for that long that didn't work. It is the most incredible model for business, and it's a model that will actually revolutionize the world. It revolutionizes how people do business because it puts the power back into anyone that is there and ready to claim it. So let's go into Katie, and I think we'll continue to debunk a lot of this as we go into the 4 top reasons why you would consider to do a business like this. So let's go into number 1. Let's go into location freedom. So I think one of the main things that Katie was addressing before is that you don't have to hold any stock. Okay, so because you don't have to hold any stock, you don't have to ship anything out. Young Living literally does all of that for you. You can actually be anywhere in the world. Now, Young Living, because they've been around for 27 years, they have offices all over the world. You can literally go anywhere in the world, and Young Living will ship your products to you, and you don't have to just be in Australia because Young Living is only in Australia. You can be anywhere in the world. Basically, as long as I have my phone and as long as I have access to the internet some of the time, I can run my business. Yes, sometimes I want to use my computer, but most of the time I'm actually running my business from my phone. So that means if I want to go on a holiday, I can go on a holiday and I can still access my phone if I need to do anything for business. If I want to go live in Bali next week, I can go live in Bali next week. If I need to be in Sydney again next week to go see my family, I can go be in Sydney. I moved from Sydney to the Gold Coast because guess what? I don't need to live in Sydney anymore. I can live where I want to live. And location freedom was something that was seriously really important to me. And I know a lot of people right now are thinking, oh my gosh, heck, I want to get out of the city. I want to get out of this craziness. I want to move away, but oh my goodness, currently I need to be where the work is, which traditionally has been in like these business locations. And this just takes that completely out. We have girls on farms, in rural locations, over in the Netherlands, over in Bali, building this business. So it's completely incredible. Katie, do you have anything to say on location freedom? Well, you're at home. You can be at home.
Yeah, like my dream, and I'm sure there's other mamas out there that don't want to feel like they have to go back to work just because they need the money. They might want to stay at home with their kids until they go to school. Like the amount of mums that have anxiety around their maternity leave ending and having to send their kids to daycare is insane. Not to mention the amount of kids that get sick as soon as they hit daycare, and then you end up taking most of your time off work anyway. That's what I'm seeing with a lot of my mum friends. But for me to know that I can basically sculpt the time I want with my son when I want, even homeschooling forever, is like the coolest privilege I think I've ever had entering into motherhood. And I really think that everyone can have that option too.
So let's go into time freedom, because I think, that I know a lot of mums now are thinking about homeschooling, and oh my goodness, though, if I working a traditional 9 to 5, and let's start actually, guys, I really want to encourage you, if you're on this call, you're a big picture thinking person. You're thinking outside the system, okay?
Right?
So outside the system, 9 to 5, let's get rid of that, because that is so limiting in so many. That takes the best hours of the day, and you're in an office. Okay. So what does time freedom mean? Time freedom doesn't mean, I'm sorry guys to break it to you, it doesn't mean you don't have to put in hours, don't have to put in the work. What it does mean is you can design your day how you like. So for me, I don't have children, I'm not blessed with children yet, but I am really big on routines. And I know that I want to do my health routines in the morning. I want to get outside in the sun, but I can structure my day how I want. If I need to go to an appointment, I can go to an appointment. If I need to be flexible and move something around, generally I can do that, which is incredibly liberating. Time freedom also means once you getting out of your head, exchanging your time for money. Okay, this is a very limited in the system way of thinking about doing business. With this business, you do not exchange time for money. In fact, the more you go on your journey, you will be feeling like you're doing a little for a lot, because you put in that groundwork. And this is incredibly liberating. This is where a residual income comes in. And that's probably a topic for a different time. But basically, what that means is you can get yourself and your family to a point where you can actually go on a holiday for 3 months and still have income coming in. Now, that is ultimate time freedom. Katie, can you share about some time freedom from a mum perspective for us?
Gosh, oh my gosh. Literally like what I said before, like the scariest thought for me, and I think before I had a baby, I didn't know how I was going to feel as a mum. So I always wanted to create margin in my life for if any situation arose, I could make my own choices and I wasn't dictated to by an employer. For example, kids get sick, things happen to our parents, things come up in life. We can't control everything. But if we have that space to move with our time freedom, we can jump in and help somebody. We can go and like bring our parents to come live with us if they need to. Like my son was actually diagnosed with something in the womb, and I now know that his journey is going to be particularly tricky for us. And I have the most time freedom I could ever imagine to basically just focus on him and whatever he needs in now until school, whatever that is. Some mums might have a baby that has something going on and they basically have to go back to work and they're completely controlled by that. People lose their jobs if they call in sick too many times. People have lost their jobs during COVID because their kids have been running around in the background. They've got fired. That's not time freedom. That is actually horrible. We don't have to deal with any of that stuff as a mum. I can just fully be free. I've also been getting them to write some questions here, Lizzy. So if anyone says anything, I'm going to jump in there and get you to answer some too.
Okay, cool. Well, let's just go on to financial freedom, because this is the juicy one that everyone wants to know about. Guys, look, Young Living also did lip gloss. I'm obsessed with this lip gloss. Other topic. Let's go back to financial freedom. So, financial freedom. There's so much to say on this topic, but firstly, I want to highlight that there is a very low barrier to entry with Young Living. So if you choose to do this, you can do it for the cost of buying a starter kit, which is how I got started anyway, which is $270 odd. You can start a business. Okay, so you do not have to pay for a website. You don't have to pay for customer service. You don't have to pay for stock. You literally have to pay for nothing but creating your account for products that you're going to use anyway. Even if you just wanted to get into Young Living for Wellness, that's what you're going to get anyway. And that opens up this whole business. Guys, I don't have a website. I don't have a blog. I don't have a customer service team. I literally just did this. When I decided to do the business, it was a decision in my mind. There was no extra outflow of money. Now, traditionally, you know, to start a business, really, you're looking at 20, 50K for a cheap business. And if you really wanted to go slowly, maybe you could start some sort of something for like 10,000, but it's very unheard of that you can do a traditional business for that little amount of money. So this, I'm just highlighting here, this is available to anybody should you choose it. Okay, so beyond that, again, as I was saying before, you need to get out of your head, financial freedom. You're no longer trading your time for money, right? Also, the way that the remuneration is structured is it's uncapped. It is uncapped, aka the sky is the limit. Okay, so you know, when I was in corporate, I was on a salary, and I was working extremely hard on my salary, and I was working very long hours and dealing with really shitty, grumpy people in unhealthy situations. But to get a pay rise, firstly, I had to wait like at least 1 to 2 years. And to get that pay rise, which would usually be like no more than 10 grand, right, in one little go, if it was just incrementals, I would have to almost work doubly as hard. Okay, that is just not a thing with this business model. It doesn't exist. The incremental jumps that I now get I have far surpassed what I could ever get in corporate. The other extremely empowering thing is the way that it's set up. It doesn't matter who you are. Okay, so I have a different skill set to Katie, who has a different skill set to Amy, who has a different skill set to Kay, who has a different skill set to Laura. It doesn't matter, we are all equal. Yeah. And it doesn't matter that we're all women, because unfortunately in Australia, women are still underpaid, and that is just actually a fact. Now, on top of this as well, you know, in the corporate world, I'm sorry guys, I'm talking about corporate because I come from corporate, right? So it's just really easy to talk about. You know, with commissions would be capped. Again, with this, there is just zero cap. You know, you could, in corporate, you could earn like great money, but you'd be working really hard. But then if I stopped working, I stopped working hard, all that income goes. Again,
and Lizzy, imagine how many people have lost their bonuses because of COVID this year. I know so many people that lived for those bonuses and didn't get any of them. It's all gone.
Yeah.
All that hard work for nothing. It's hectic.
Yeah. And it's the other cool thing about this business is that it's a lifetime business. We are building residual income. So that means when I'm 50 years old, I will have residual income that won't necessarily decrease. Okay. So this is a lifetime commitment that I'm setting myself up for, which is incredibly empowering. It's also willable. What does that mean? That means, I mean, this is really exciting if you're a mum. That means that Katie can pass her business and she's about to hit platinum, and you can look up what the average platinum salary
in the group.
Yeah, monthly income is, but Katie can will her business to her son.
So awesome.
So like that is so cool. So Katie, share with us about financial freedom here.
Where do we start? Guys, financial freedom is basically the goal. The thing that my husband and I are so passionate about, and not to get into too technical stuff, But basically what the government has provided for us, superannuation, isn't going to cut it. That is the reality. The amount of money that you put away from your regular job paycheck every single week is not sufficient to live the life that we basically want to live in Australia for the rest of our life. Statistically, we're going to have to probably work into our 70s with just an everyday 9-to-5 job to be able to even maintain mortgages, expenditure, all of that. That actually breaks my heart when I think about that for my parents. And I've actually set up businesses for my parents to actually supply them with a young living income to pretty much subsidize what would be their superannuation. That's how much that this business can provide for your family, let alone even just all the other amazing things that Young Living can do. But that is a really big one for young people. I think sometimes we're very live in the moment, which I love. But the reality is we actually do need to take some preparation for the future, where whatever that is. And Young Living actually will do that. It's a residual income. It means if you go on a holiday, it means that if you take a break, it means if someone gets sick and you have to stop working, it means if you have a baby, whatever it is, it means that that money still continually comes in. The only way that you can create other residual income is like buying and flipping properties, which not everyone has the skill set for, investing in shares, which is so complicated, like other big financial ways to create residual income actually create quite a lot of stress or talent, or you need a lot of advice and education. Guys, with your Young Living business, you just need to teach people not to use chemicals in their shampoo. Like, you don't need a degree for this stuff. Anyone can do it. And that's why I love it, because it's so accessible. You don't need to be fancy. I don't have a degree. I literally used to be a chef. And I'm doing just as good at this business as Lizzy, who's been in fancy corporate and got degrees. We're literally no different from each other, even though we carry different skill sets. That's the beauty of this business.
Yeah. And just with that, let's just go into community, because guys,
Community. Thrive Tribe.
like, I get to do this business with like my best friends. Like, look, and it doesn't actually freaking matter what we look like, okay? Like Katie's expressing while she's doing her business. I'm like in my bikini on the beach hula hooping, because that's what I love to do. And we just like, we get to learn from each other and support each other. So from a business perspective, I can call, if I'm not well one day and there's stuff that has to happen, I just call Katie up and be like, babe, can you just help a sister out? Like, can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? And it doesn't actually matter. The Thrive Tribe is so inclusive, and we are just like, we literally love and welcome everybody. We encourage diversity, because the more diverse everyone is, the more unified we are, the more that we actually help the planet all together. But quite frankly, you guys have skills that I don't. I'm going to have skills that you don't. And so I don't need to know everything, because what I'm not good at, someone else is going to be great at. So you just get to play to your strengths, which is so incredibly cool. Beyond that, the Thrive Tribe is basically set up as this like health and wellness glorious hub that you can go to for all of your health and wellness information. So we've got things from like, we've got nutritionists, dietitians, naturopaths, we've got nurses, we run events on detoxification, we do DIY, how to switch out the chemicals in your home. You know, we have girls sharing their stories about coming off XYZ medication, healing themselves from blah, blah, blah to blah, blah, blah. It's just so much support and love. And it goes actually beyond how to use these incredible gems. Okay. It is support in every single way of the sense. And it's so high vibe. It is literally so high vibe that I'm just like, how is this like?
We're always buzzing.
We pinch ourselves going like,
Is this real?
We get to do this like as our business, because it is so damn fun. It is so fun. We get to change lives. We get to do it with our friends. We get to do it in this like epic supported community. Katie,
I love it. Marnie said here, it's family, guys. And it's true, Marnie, we're family. And then someone's like, yes, sisters, so liberating. Yes, family, go Marnie. And it's true, we are family. And you know what family does? Family goes through every season with you. Deaths, breakups, divorce, marriage, babies, health problems, whatever it is. I think I've been through sometimes more with these girls in my team than I have in like my whole life, because there's so many beautiful relationships and so genuinely wanting to support each other. When do you go to work and you literally have all your colleagues just have your back and do all your work for you, or step in for you on all your meetings without grouching about it or trying to compete with you or undercut you? Or what? This business is so uncompetitive. And even if there was a little bit of competition, it's healthy, fun competition where we're just cheering each other on, that you just want to be a part of it. And I like to call it an inclusive clique. We might seem cliquey and super close, but we're also so open to bringing more and more people in that we're going to blow up. And as soon as this COVID crap ends, we're going to have one big, massive Thrive Tribe party, and we're going to get everyone together because everyone just becomes friends. And I think in a time like this, where people are feeling lonely and they want to feel connected, even if it is at the moment online, having an online community that genuinely cares about you is actually super powerful. That changes people's lives, and that could be the answer to someone's biggest prayer. Right now, Victoria's in hectic lockdown. I'm telling you, some of the mums in my community, they're in Victoria, they've never had more purpose, more fun, and more excitement being in a horrible situation, because they're just on our community every single day, G'd up, looking at stuff, learning, telling. They've got all these mums coming in. It's fun and exciting. And the community actually, I would say, would you agree, Lizzy, is basically one of the most important parts of this whole thing. Without it, we would be nothing. It would just be money and, I don't know, an empty box.
Well, we have amazing health changing products, but this is like, I was actually getting teary before. I just had to like fight back tears, because like it is everything to be able to be a part of an awesome community, and someone that has typically sort of kept myself quite isolated and feeling like I need to do everything alone. It's almost like my nervous system had to recalibrate to having so much love. So much love. And it's just like, you know what? I get to help you. You get to help me. Like the team is there for you no matter what, as Katie was saying, no matter what season you're going through. If you're sad, that's cool. There's people there, that there's us here that will just be there to love and support you. If you need business advice, if you need personal development, if you just need someone to give you, like, be a freaking cheerleader, like there is all of that in the community. Like, you don't just get a business. I guarantee you are going to get purpose, and you're going to get the best group of friends and lifelong, like, people to do life with that you couldn't even dream of. And there is something extremely powerful about a group of people coming together with purpose. And if there's something we leave you with tonight, is if you don't have purpose in the world, if you're not striving to have an impact and do it with other people, because some people strive to have impact but try to do it alone. That's not the right way to go about things. The right way to go about things and how we actually change the world. And I'm getting goosebumps because our world just needs so much love and it needs so much change at the moment, is by unifying with other incredible humans that are working towards the same vision and purpose. And when you are focusing on that, when there is nothing but love and inclusivity present, the abundance will just come. You won't have to focus on the money. And what we started this talk out about being financially free, location free, and time free, that all comes secondary to your purpose and being a part of this, because that stuff doesn't even matter anymore. It just becomes awesome bride product that you get to be a part of. So thank you so much for your time tonight. Thank you for allowing us to share this incredible passion with you, and we are more than happy to answer any other questions. So please keep the questions coming. And guys, if you're part of the Thrive Tribe and you haven't jumped in on the business yet and you want to, or you want to know more, reach out to your Aussie mentor. If you're not in the Thrive Tribe yet and this is resonating with you, the person that invited you to this call, however you found out about it, reach out to them, whether that be me, Katie, or somebody else. Reach out to that person, just go, you know what, XYZ really resonated with me. Tell me more, like how do I do this? And we're going to be there to, like, just wait till we like wrap our arms around you. Oh, Katie, this was so much fun. I love doing this with you. I love you, sister. I love all of you guys out there. And we'll see you in the Thrive Tribe, right?
See you soon, guys. And just keep watching on this group on the feed. We've got lots more juicy stuff happening. You're going to be able to ask questions. We're going to have other videos. We're going to have success stories. We're going to have why videos going up. You're going to hear from some other girls other than just Lizzy and I, and hear everyone's stories, because everyone's stories is really different. So keep an eye on that. We are going to post like the income disclosure statement, like Lizzy said. You can go investigate into that a little bit more. But just get involved, get amongst it, get curious, and yeah, just see what might happen. You never know when something might just click for you and you're like, this is it. Just be open. We love you.
You have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Everything to gain.
Bye.
Bye.